Just before we head into the video, I'd love to give a shout out to the sponsor of the channel, RL Exchange. Now, RL Exchange is the best way to buy any items or credits on any platform and at the cheapest prices so that you can build your dream setup. Go and check them out using the link in the description and use code TXC to get yourself 3% off your order. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be showing you how to trade in Rocket League, and with these tips that I'm about to tell you, you can literally make around 5,000 credits profit a day if you do it right. So make sure to watch to the end so you know how to make profit. But before we get into the tips, I'd like to mention I'm giving away a White Octane every 1k subs on the channel, and in fact I'm giving away a White Octane right now over on my Discord server. All you have to do to enter is drop a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications, and finally join the Discord server using the link in the description down below. But yeah, the growth on the channel recently has been insane. I think we've gained like 1k subs in the last week alone, so I'm going to be giving away a lot of items over on my Discord server. But anyway, let's get straight into the tips so I can tell you how to make a load of profit. So if you're just starting off your trading journey and only have a few items lying around in your inventory, maybe you've got about 10 or 20 credits as well, you don't actually need any credits to begin with, that is fine, but I would recommend trying to get a few drops. So uncommon, rare, very rare drops, those are so good because you can get very rares and imports and also exotics which will sell for some credits, and you want to be getting credits because people are so greedy, and that is the currency in Rocket League. So yeah, you should be able to get loads of overpays if you just get yourself some credits, and this is what I do when starting a lot of my Nothing to Something series. I've been doing a lot of Nothing to Something in one video recently, and yeah, I've been starting off using drops and trading up from whatever I get from the drop. So it is genuinely really easy. It will take a little bit of time to actually start trading with nothing, but once you've got maybe a couple hundred credits in your inventory, it will speed up a lot. Now, if you're not in that position and maybe you've got a few items that you can actually sell for some credits, or maybe you've already got a few hundred credits in your inventory, this is going to be perfect. You're basically skipping out the whole first stage where you're struggling to gather some credits. So this is going to be perfect, and I'll tell you exactly what you need to do with those credits so that you can turn them into even more credits. But before I tell you about the items that you need to buy, I'm going to tell you about an app and website which you can use to actually find people to trade with, because it might be good you knowing what items that you need to buy and sell, but if you can't actually find anyone to trade with, you're not going to get anywhere whatsoever. So first of all, you're going to want to download RL Garage, which you can use as a website or download it as an app. I use it in pretty much every single one of my trading videos, and it is where I find the majority of my trades. And on this app or website, depending on how you actually want to use it, you can make your own posts, for example, listing up the items you have and credits you're looking for. You can also search through other people's posts to see what they're selling, what they're buying, and what you can also do is try and buy items. For example, make a post where you're offering credits for items like Zombas, Fenix, or Dracos, which are genuinely really good items to flip. And just so you know, you're also going to want to be using RL Insider to check the prices for any of your items. Make sure you're also selecting the platform that you're on. If you select the wrong platform, then you're going to be looking at the wrong prices, and obviously that won't really go too well for you. So yeah, as I said, use RL Insider, make a few posts, and then hopefully with the tips I'm about to give you, you'll be able to start getting some credits and growing your inventory. But as I mentioned earlier, if you literally have nothing in your inventory, what I'd suggest you do is open a drop. Doesn't have to be a rare drop like I'm opening here, it could be any drop. Make sure you're getting at least a non-crate very rare. If you don't get a non-crate very rare, try and open a few more drops because rares won't really sell for anything. But as you just saw, I got a non-crate very rare out of my drop. I was able to sell it on for 30 credits, and here I'm buying a couple non-crate imports which will sell for around 30 credits each again, so I'll be able to sell those again and make even more profit. And for now, I'll keep on repeating that, build up my credits, and move on to some different items in a little bit. But right now, I'm not too rich, so I'm going to stick to those non-crate items. I would just like to add a little disclaimer that when I was recording these trades, I was using the Xbox Looking for Groups section. It's only available on Xbox, and it's just another way to find traders, but you could easily replicate these trades on RL Garage, trying to find people to trade with, whether you're listing up your own posts or searching through other people's. Yeah, you can literally use RL Garage to just make all of these trades for yourself. Now for this video, I'm just sort of showing the process of building up my inventory to the point where I can start to do some better trades. So for now, I'm not making too much profit. You can't make 5k a day trading with non-crate items and black markets, flipping them for like the minimum value. But yeah, at this stage, I'm just building up my inventory to about 500 credits, maybe a little bit less, and at that point, I'll start to move on to some better items that will make me a lot more profit, and that's what you guys are going to do. But you have actually got to make the progress from nothing to some credits where you can actually buy some decent items items and make more profit. And to start with, you literally just need to repeat that method of buying and selling non-crate items, maybe anodized as well, Cristiano, anodized pearl, cheap black markets. Yeah, they're a really good way to grow your inventory, but after that, you're going to want to buy some items that have a high demand and try and underpay by about 50 or 100 credits. So if you take a look at my RL Garage listings, I'm literally offering for so many high demand items, for example, Octanes, Standards, Fenix, Zombas, Dracos, expensive unpainted black markets. All of those items have very high demands, which mean loads of people are looking for them. So in theory, if I do buy any of them, they'll be sold really quickly because loads of people are looking for them. So as you may have noticed, this method focuses on efficiency rather than making a ton of profit for every item that you sell on. And this is just because you can make way more profit over time than if you're trading with one item, but it takes you hours to sell because it has a very low demand. And real quick, I want to talk to you about demand of items, because if you're a relatively new trader, you won't know which items in particular have a decent demand to them. So what you can do is load up RL Insider, and there will be a bar at the top that shows you the trending items in the last 24 hours, and typically these are the items that have the most interest, the items that people have searched up the most. And you will see a lot of items, for example, painted Standards, painted Octanes, maybe Zombas or Dracos. I'll put it up on the screen right now so you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. But a lot of the items in this bar will have a very high demand. You do have to be careful on some because there are some weird items in there. For example, there is sometimes a big splash which is very hard to sell, so you do have to be careful in that manner. But a lot of the items will have a very high demand, but I tend to stick to Octanes, Standards, Fenix, Zombas, and Dracos. And one more tip before you actually start buying items is that on Xbox, I'm able to underpay maybe 100 credits for each of these high demand items, but it will be very difficult on other platforms, for example, maybe PC or PlayStation, to underpay 100 credits for a painted Octane. And that is because credits are worth way more on PC and PlayStation, so I'd recommend maybe trying to underpay 50 credits for each high demand item rather than 100 credits. Now, this will be a little bit annoying. You might not be able to make that much profit, but over time it will still add up, and if you do it right, you might be able to make 5k a day, because I use these methods and I think at best I got like 10,000 credits in one day. So yeah, these genuinely do work. Earlier I also recommended RL Garage to find people to trade with. Now this isn't the only way to find people to trade with. You also have an app called RL Trading Post, but in my personal experience it wasn't too great. You can also use Discord servers, for example the official Rocket League Discord. I believe there's also an RL Insider Discord where you can find people to trade with. Just be careful on Discord, there's a lot of scammers, maybe hackers going around. Try not to click links, that's what I try and do. But yeah, as I said earlier, RL Garage in my personal experience has been the best way to find people to trade with. I also mentioned the Xbox looking for group section earlier. If you are on Xbox, make sure you're using it, because it is a literal gold mine. It is probably where I've got most of my profit in my entire Rocket League trading career, if I can call it that. But yeah, on all of these platforms, make sure you are updating your posts as regularly as possible, because there's going to be a lot of competition with other traders. So you want to make sure you've got the best posts, maybe the best prices if possible. Make sure you're still making profit, but yeah, just make sure you're bumping them as often as possible, because there's going to be a lot of other people who are looking to make profit and possibly still profit from you as well. But for the most part, that is going to be all of the tips that I actually have to trade and make profit. I can do a more advanced version of this because there's more that I can cover. It's not really necessary, but for the most part, open a few drops, whatever you get in the drops, sell those on. Yeah, maybe buy some more non-crate items, flip those to make profit, cheap black markets, work yourself up to around 500 credits, start to buy some high demand items, flip those, keep making profit, keep repeating the same process, and eventually you should be pretty rich. But as I said earlier, let me know if you have any questions down below, because Rocket League trading is pretty complicated, and yeah, you might not get it straight away, but make sure to drop a like, subscribe, turn on post notifications. I'll keep on dropping trading guides because yeah, I want to keep the trading scenes alive. But yeah, thanks for watching to the end of the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.